states.
Some states are relying on an army of volunteers to get people the COVID-19 vaccine. As Maya Rodriguez shows us how the pandemic is putting a program many of us haven't heard of right to work.
And we're going to have you stand right here.
It's the waiting.
So many people have been looking forward to this day.
That is sometimes the hardest part.
There's always going to be some people that have a little anxiety.
After more than a year of dealing with a global health crisis, the people in this line in Richmond, Virginia are getting their shot at the vaccine.
Appointment confirmations ready for today, please.
And greeting them all is tattoo artist Amy Black.
We're like the little cogs in the big machine.
So you're going to be getting the Pfizer vaccine today?
Amy is part of Virginia's Medical Reserve Corps, an army of volunteers nearly 30,000 strong in the state.
And is this your current address?
That's been put to work throughout the pandemic.
There is no way that we could be able to offer all the testing and vaccination events that we do without our Medical Reserve Corps volunteers.
At this mass vaccination site, 70% of the people working here are Medical Reserve Corps volunteers. Those administering the shots are licensed to do so.
I can help you here, sir.
But other volunteers, like Tom Schneider,
I have no medical background at all.
simply want to help.
I'm a musician with the Richmond Symphony.
With the symphony on a pandemic-induced hiatus, Tom put down his bassoon and picked up volunteer shifts.
I can help you next, ma'am.
Registering those getting shots.
It's really rewarding to feel like I'm doing that little part of what I can do to get things back to normal again.
The Medical Reserve Corps began in the wake of 9/11 to ensure that there would always be volunteers available in the event of a national disaster.
Nearly 20 years later, the Medical Reserve Corps, or MRC, now operates 765 units in nearly every state and territory in the U.S., with more than 200,000 volunteers. They all undergo training and background checks. Virginia's MRC is one of the largest.
They're literally from all backgrounds, all walks of life.
Its ranks swelling by the thousands when the pandemic began, with volunteers putting in the equivalent of $5.5 million worth of work in the last year alone.
It's amazing. It's wonderful.
Volunteers stepping up to help their neighbors navigate an uncertain time. In Richmond, Virginia, I'm Maya Rodriguez.